on a boat.
We're on a boat.
And on that note, the caption is capturing Percy singing "Hello, Coast." Say hello, Coastlander.
Goodbye, Coastlander.
And funnily enough, he's not on a boat, but we are.
True.
Last we left off, we were on a boat.
I'm with you in spirit.
I'm
Forever DMs.
No.
Spirit Halloween.
I play now. You guys have taken off via boat from the city of Roanoan to the Isle of Gulsveg. I believe we are entering day. We ended at day 3 because Scarfang was the last person to roll for the day. I remember this. Matter of fact, I need to go back a little bit in the chat. Yes. There we go. Good. Okay. So, yes, as you guys were rolling to see that happened, Scar made his little reset to 0 for the paddle. You guys, I think, did some fishing, which we did.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I think we were starting day 4, if I remember correctly. Everyone should have long rested.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we said it was going to be. I think we said it was 4.5 days, correct?
5
Because it was 500 miles. Yes.
I have 5 days boat trip to get to Gulsveg.
Yeah, it's because they have to stop at night because it's about 500 miles, and I think the boat can go 120 miles per day. So it's like 480, and then like barely.
Yeah.
So you'll get there tomorrow morning, more or less. So
Cool.
On this last day of boat travel, you guys have been fairly fortunate, despite putting your foot through a dragon turtle egg, catching something with your hook that did not want to move. And then, yeah, just fucking with shit on the boat.
Hell yeah.
Including
then
kind of bomb. I remember.
I was about to say the Acme bomb that Kay fished out the.
I'm not allowed to have.
Not yet. Okay. Kay is thinking through the power, thinking of like Murphy's Law, serendipity. It's like if I even think about moving with this bomb, something bad's gonna happen. So that's
Chekhov's bomb.
Yeah, Chekhov's bomb. Yeah, so that's why he had Thorir come over and take the bomb instead of walking over to him, because he would anime fall over and like the bomb would fall out of his hands and go rolling. And it would go rolling, and it would fall into get into the kitchen somehow, and the galley captain would be like, "Oh, I'm making my famous Bananas Foster baked Alaska. Time to light it on fire for the captain." And the bomb pushes the cake out of the way, and he lights the bomb, and then he goes, "Kia!"
That's a lot happening.
Sorry, I have a lot going on in my mind sometimes.
You're good.
Look, when you think of the worst, you're prepared for the worst. Did somebody say boom?
So, with that, who would like to take the daring roll to see if Thassa notices your bitch ass is on the water?
Well, my VT is still loading, so sadly it's not me. Because that would have been us come around to me again, I think. But
it would come
Virtual
around back.
Do you have physical dice on you?
Yeah, one second.
There you go. Just do that.
I have tons of physical dice to just sit in my drawer going, why can't you use us?
Hey, all time to use them.
Yeah. So you could. It's always
17.
an option.
Yeah.
Just to...
On a D.
Oh, D100. Sorry, I forgot it's D100. Yeah.
That's pretty low.
Do you want to check again?
I think Scar and Thoughts are rolling 3 and 6 at one point.
We rolled pretty low.
Well, I gotta find it. I PM'd it to you, I think.
If I'm rolling my physical dice, I might as well get out one of my dice trays.
Nice.
So I don't lose my dice.
Nah, just send it, have it roll under your desk, never see it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, a 6 and a 3, and then Fuck.
That'll be an 89.
89. All right.
Just
Let's see if she notices you.
nice. I don't think you're
Nice.
Right.
Well, Senpai
So-
Thassa, notice us today. I'm
Mhm.
kidding. No, please don't. I didn't say that.
He wants it. He asked for it.
So, as you guys are riding your vessel, oh yeah, I remember. I think there said there was I remember because you guys had like just broken out from like the river. You were finally out actually on open sea, which is nice because you guys. I remember you guys passed a lighthouse. There was a bit of fog that morning. I do remember this. So, as you guys are balling, nothing seems to approach your vessel, which is a plus. I mean, not being horrendously attacked by a spiteful sea goddess does tend to make life easier. But specifically, those of you who are a bit more infused with the arcane arts, K specifically, and maybe Thorir. Thorir, you've heard of these and probably seen a few of these on the edges of Gulsveg. There's something unique about this fog. It is not your traditional, sea fog, but and it does look like regular. Other than like physically, it does not appear any different. But those of you who are a bit more in tune with the ley lines and the storms as in general, would recognize this specifically is a naturally occurring phenomenon where tides and like nature as a whole becomes so in tuned with the ley lines that run across it that certain stretches of water have more or less absorbed the magic itself. Water itself being a very reflective, even like folktale. There's a very common phrase people would have heard of, like like water retains memories and emotion. And so this is also true for magic. So when you cast these world-shaping spells, a lot of the times it lingers on an area. And this is true not just for water. Like one of the most well-known instances of this would be actually Waterdeep, out of game, where such high-level magic used to reset a city long before Waterdeep was built has since permeated through the land there. And so you can have these spots that are so suffused with magical energy that it actually begins to alter the landscape. You've seen this with dragons being magical creatures themselves, where their presence in an environment, not even just like having died there, but just by living here for so long, it actually changes and alters the landscape. And so this is an instance of such. You would know that there is a ley line that presumably runs somewhere near here. It might not be an intersection. It could just be a straight line. But in doing so, it is causing this more magically charged fog.
Interesting. Okay, thinking we'll be like, yo, this shit's fucked. Yeah, I'm kidding. No.
Everyone's broken.
Oh no,
Why
it's
is it
not.
so fucking foggy.
Oh well, you see, it's because just nature and magic are kind of infused or suffused here. And yeah, it's like what's the word? There's no location in the coastlands that we've been to so far that would have a similar phenomenon, would there?
No, I don't think that you've come across. No,
I don't think so.
I would
The
say
guy
probably
on
the
the Weather Channel said it was just foggy.
Yeah, I'd say probably the closest thing you've come across.
Would it be something in Solgard that I might have come across?
No, Solgard's a bit of a weird situation. I'd say probably Veneris, realistically, because Veneris is overgrown with nature, and that's actually because of Karametra and Nylea's presence there so frequently. So that's probably a good example. not so much with like the ley lines, but of these like massive magical sources that just by their sheer presence can physically alter landscape.
No, I think I get it. Like Veneris is the way that it is, not because of like ley line magic, because of like not because of like traditional like ley line magic and all that sort of stuff. It's like that because of like divine magic, because Nylea and Karametra have kind of supplanted themselves into that city.
Yeah, I mean, it is still, by extension, it is still magic. Like, it is divine, arcane, whatever it might be. It is just, there's so much of their essence it's leaking out. It's no different than, like, a dragon.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, they're so powerful that it's just, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, yeah, Scarfang. What's going on right now is kind of what's going on in Veneris.
Dang.
You know what that
I
means.
take out the world's biggest fan and start waving.
I don't think that's how that works.
I think that's exactly how that works.
I think the fog's gonna grab the fan from you and slap you.
Fuck.
Just forms into a hand and goes, piss off.
Anyway, did you, Scar? You wanted to check out your tablet, right?
You know, we used to have a map that had the ley lines, and I don't know what happened to that.
Oh yeah, that map.
I think
it was in handouts for a long time, but then it got moved.
I think I renamed it to the Gay Lines, and it got deleted.
I can't believe you destroyed
Is
the
it
terms
an
and conditions like that.
It's probably an obsidian.
I'm going to check, because part of me thinks I might have saved it, considering how...
Yeah, I thought I did too. I just don't know where I saved it. It's the annoying part. I thought it was just in my downloads folder, but I don't see it anywhere.
No. Okay, not there. Oh, might have left it here. Nope, I've got the map with all the names and stuff, and a map without all the names.
I found it.
Cool.
That's the wrong chat. One moment. Yeah. Yeah, this is the one that Wilver drew forever ago. So presumably there is one that runs somewhere in the coastal waters of Gulsveg, which lines up from what you've heard about Gulsveg. Like, if there being a ley line near that would explain a lot of the horrible things going on there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I can see the one that... Wait.
Yeah, because that's from the old campaign, so it doesn't have the new cities and stuff updated.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so like, you know, it's not uncommon for like ley lines to just kind of exist in they're like capillary veins. Like they just run through the whole thing. There's obviously the thicker ones in the intersections, like in the previous campaign, but there could just be smaller ones or small openings from that. Yeah.
Or somebody stabbed into one of the ley lines and it started oozing out everywhere. I'm kidding now.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. But yeah, other than that though, you were able to proceed as normal. You have to go a little bit slower, but no slower than you were already going on the river. So shouldn't affect anything too badly. All right. So with that, is there anything you guys would like to do if you're now out on open ocean or sea?
Read up on this tablet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Open up my
become the iPad kid you were meant to be.
Xbox on.
Siri,
such
how
a
do I turn the
stupid
Xbox
feature.
Xbox on.
Yeah, it's a stupid feature because the advert that advertised it kept doing it to people.
Oh yeah, it was like when I think it was ABC News or Today News was trying to show off. She's unplugged, I can say it. Trying to show off Alexas, the echoes and stuff. Yeah. And it's like, oh, here's all the cool stuff you can do. Another one, right? I'm good. Oh yeah. Blah, blah, blah. order this from on Amazon.
Yeah, it would
And
do
then
it.
they go, yeah, and it did it. And everyone who had the news channel turned on that morning ordered a gallon of milk or something. And so they
Alexa,
had to refund it to a bunch of people.
Alexa, look up Brazilian butt port. I'm kidding.
Yeah. So I had to make sure because I have one of mine on the couch next to me unplugged.
Oh
I had to make
God!
sure I
Oh
didn't have another
God!
one plugged in somewhere. We're good.
What was the name again for that thing?
Amazon Echo.
Amazon Echo. No,
That's not. It's, yeah.
He's got some
Okay,
headphones,
here we
guys.
go.
It's not going to work. We can't trip up Percy. He's listening to us via headphones.
Yeah.
If I yell loud enough.
You want some feedback loop? I got you.
If I bust a few eardrums.
No.
What was I getting?
But yeah, so with that, looking at the tablet, what would you like to do with it? As you power it on, you can see. I would describe it's a pretty decent size. It's like a 7x10 tablet.
How did we get this tablet again?
Thorir.
Did Thorir just give it to you, or did
They gave it to
Scarfing?
Scar.
Oh, okay. Now I'm remembering.
It's not your first thing to think Scar somehow stole this. No, he was just giving it.
Well, I wasn't gonna say stole per se. I was gonna say bullied somebody out of it.
Acquired.
I mean, what's the strange rock doing now that it's been turned on?
So as it boots up, so it's primarily metal on the back, but it does have some sort of clear plastic like cover to the front. And as it begins to boot, you see runic circles begin to display themselves, starting from the edges as lines begin to draw and circle around each other into the center as it boots. And as it turns on, you can see there are couple things. Specifically, there is 9 total tabs, 4 of which appear to be some form of ADHD, Subway Surfers, Angry Birds, just something to keep Thorir occupied.
What the hell?
So the 4 of those are just entirely they're just games.
I can't believe Thorir went full brain rot.
Damn.
Okay.
He gets bored. They don't let him off the ship very often.
No, fair enough.
Would you want to let Thorir off of a time traveling ship?
Considering
No
he's
offense,
very
Atlas.
much,
I would, yeah.
the D&D Warthog version of the Juggernaut. No, you don't let him off.
The other 5 are a bit more interesting. I'd say specifically to K. K, there is a one that says it is the Almanac. The second page is it's locked. It doesn't seem like you can open this one. And it just says pertinent information.
Interesting.
The third one is a files tab that has a bunch of maps, a lot of them of Mithskara as a whole. There's a few of different regional maps. You can see one is of the coastlands, one is of an island chain south of here. It just says Avalia. There is a massive continent to it's labeled as Providence. It's almost like equivalent to like North America and South America. It's all one strip of land. And then you see some of Solgard. Specifically, there is like Solgard. It's Solgard is very, very proudly named, I should say, because the continent they have called Solgard, and then there's the nation of Solgard. So it's Solgard. So it's labeled the same for both.
I think Kate rolls his eyes a little bit, just like Jesus Christ.
They're very empirical. They're very like proud.
Like in the back of his mind, he's thinking, "Is this really the cause I was willing to die for several months ago?" The fuck.
And then there's a few other maps that you don't recognize.
Oh.
Specifically, you see one that is of a continent called Ionis.
Interesting.
There is what appears to be a very large city-state, massive. Like you've seen Solgard. Solgard's big. This is this dwarf soul guard. It's called a strata.
Oh.
And then
no.
there is another one, which is a massive, almost from like, because this is a not topography. Is topographical the one that shows like nature and stuff? What's the one that's
No,
that's
topography is
that's-
elevation?
Yeah, that's
Topography is elevation. What you're thinking of is terrain map.
Thank you. Terrain map. There's a terrain map of one called Alabaster.
Well, those are nice to have. Could I go over to the Almanac tab, see what's going on with that?
Yes. Oh, sorry. So that was that 5. So there's 3. So there's 2 more, right? I said 3 so far. Almanac, pertinent information, maps.
That's 3, and then you said the rest. You said there were 9
There's
tablet
9 total, 4 games.
4, and then
Just
Almanac.
making sure where it's at. And then
The
files.
hey, yeah, Almanac, pertinent information, files, and were the maps
files
part of the
was
file?
full of maps. Yes.
Okay, so if I'm counting correctly, 9 tabs.
2 more.
There's 2 more, yeah.
So there is one which appears to be it's a spreadsheet of resources.
Mhm.
You can see they're in and it says updated 7 hours ago. So presumably this is being synced with some other information pool. And it has like food, water, timber, coal, iron, like a bunch of different resources that are all being maintained in a spreadsheet. And then the last one is a call feature.
Oh.
And there are 3 contacts. It says emergency as the top one. And then it has below that, it has the professor.
Uh-huh.
And then below that, it has the ship.
Interesting.
Okay. So okay.
Okay.
That's
So
handy
it's
options.
Kay could assume what the ship contact probably is. It's probably the ship itself. Well, not the ship itself, like it's like fucking like Star Trek, like open up hailing frequencies or whatever. The professor and emergency contact. That's a weird one.
Oh, you gotta be happy. You gotta have something in case of emergencies, because you never know.
Well,
Just prank call him right now.
Prank call the emergency contact.
Hell yeah, dude.
To anyone watching, do not prank call 911.
Yeah, don't.
They will have your IP address and they will come find you. Do not do that.
You will get arrested, but it will be fun.
If you find somebody else's phone and there's emergency option and they have the emergency options for their lock screen, don't do that either.
Yeah.
Or do. We're not saying you should do that. We're only saying you can do that.
So this might be a weird question, but I know you like listed a lot of like the big continents like under the maps tab.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a map of Gulsveg?
No.
Okay.
These appear to be like with large regional maps aside from Estrada.
Okay, yeah. I get like a maps almanac from the 1990s. Like you know, you would just have like these big things in your car, and when you get lost in a state, you'd like try to cross-reference stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of almanac, what's going on with the first tab, the almanac?
So opening it up, it is a massive Wikipedia page of just all sorts of links. And it actually, it has so much information.
We're going straight to weapon manufacturing history.
Yeah. Well, that's part of it. It has. So I'm just gonna go down the list of all the things it lists. Specifically, it has a few different folders. Specifically, it has. Actually, I need to pull up something. Hold up. This is actually extremely pertinent that I have this on standby.
What? Tell me what it is right now.
Okay. So specifically, I'm going to send you the thing. So as you open up, the first thing that greets you is a massive map that is interactive.
Ooh.
The Google Maps.
So that's loading currently.
Since I'm not taking notes about this, I would say Thorir is more. He isn't it with the iPad kids. He's helping, say, the captain and navigator navigate because he's probably used to the fog. He's helping them know where to go in it through certain details that might be sticking out through it to get closer to Gulsveg safely.
So, I have since put that in there.
Only because my notebook is nearly out of space.
Oh, yeah, right. The
It's
full
a star map.
The whole place.
Mm-hmm. I think Alice has seen this.
I've
I've
seen
seen
it.
it before.
Yeah, or you saw it too at the end of town.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the wrong copy.
And currently we're on Northern Ishtar.
Northern
right?
Ishtar. Yes.
Yeah.
You can actually see there is a "you are here" that does like have your location.
Where?
Sorry, not on the map. I'm saying like you can see there's a blinking red dot being like, "You're here, fuckers." We know where you are.
I want to go into Google Street View in Alabashtar and see who's fucking around. See if there's any kids flipping us the middle finger as we drive.
Oh, this is strange. And you said that it's interactive, right?
Correct. So you pick a location and it pulls up a Wikipedia page about that location.
I mean, I think Kay would be interested in the big fucking glowing like sun-like thing.
Yeah, sun in the middle.
Yeah,
Just the sun, bro.
Well, okay,
my
so
photo just finally loaded. By the way, is the way that can you share this on Forge just so I can show it to?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna make a map on Forge that you guys can fuck around with. But yeah, so where would you like to start? You said Elysium.
Yeah, I want to click on Elysium because not only is it like the biggest like thing that pulls Kay's attention, but I feel like Kay could put 2 and 2 together of like Elysiumite. You know, just he wants to start with Elysium.
That's clearly beyond any of us.
Give me just a moment.
The sun.
What am I gonna do? Fight the sun? That was a joke. Okay. Save changes.
Because this isn't our sun. Like this is a different thing, right? Allegedly, sorry.
Okay.
What's that game called again? Oh, fucking hell.
Disco Elysium?
No. It was like Sunless Sea or something?
Oh, Sunless Sea. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Where you play.
Name?
Where
It is
do
Sunless
you?
Sea, yeah.
Were you playing like
the sun?
like the game where you play in like a fucked up like England where it's flooded and you're on a boat, right?
Yeah, like a sunken England. It's like an underground England.
Yeah. That's Sunless Sea.
Yeah.
They also have Sunless Skies where you ride in a fucking train.
Yeah, the space train. I tried that one. I never got very far.
No, I've played Sunless Sea a couple of times. I'm not good at it at all.
It's supposed to be really tough.
Yeah, I think so.
Sunless Sea is so much fun though.
Specifically, it is called Elysium for a lot of reasons. It's because Elysium is in the word for like the heavens. It is a artificial sun.
Oh,
specifically. It used to be a gas giant that was transformed over time and then became it's what's called the Nova incident. But it doesn't give any more information other than that. Something happened that caused this to act as the sun for Estrada. That's what it says. Though it actually still possesses landmass that some people do live on. You can see these harder chunks. Typically, it is tethered magically to different lands and realms, and acts as the sun for these places, and also it also acts as the gravitational source that keeps all of these places together. So, it is your sun.
Do you think anyone would
Okay.
mind if I used the sun to charge my new laptop?
Well, oh yeah, I guess that's a good question. How's the battery life on this?
Full battery. So
Full battery?
Handy.
Hell yeah.
specifically about this, it is a from just looking at it, it is a regular sun. It is made of magical hellfire that seems to perpetually burn. That is basically using this gas giant that it used to be as fuel. There is water in certain spots. It's mostly badland, soil, rock, and these external spots. But there are the occasional oases and underground caverns where vegetation is, though sparse, still present. Specifically, it seems from what it's describing, this was created in what would be called be 18 BRC, so before Rune of the Kalo, so before year 0. So this is in the grand scheme of things relatively recent, especially for sun. So that's what it says. Specifically, it does say when it was created, again, these land masses that kind of like permeate around it are hardened bits of materials called Elysiumite. And these free-floating pieces of things that people live on is used for numerous different things and has actually broken off and fallen into different worlds.
All right.
Interesting. Question: is there like is it also like Wikipedia where like if there's a what's the word? If there's like a topic that has so does Elysiumite have a backlink?
Yes. It's a very simple page. It basically talks about how it arrives from Elysium when it was first created, that initial burn up where you have bits of just dust and particles and other things that were around at the time that created this almost hard shell that then expanded out and exploded out, creating these shrapnel pieces that went to a bunch of different places. Though in the large quantities that exist in Elysium, it doesn't seem to have any effect for some reason. When it's been separated from its core, it seems to have some sort of anti-divine properties to it. And anti-magical properties. It seems to almost like turn off things, almost like an anti-magic aura.
Interesting.
It has been hypothesized that the reason it does this is it's acting as a battery for Elysium. It is basically, instead of turning off magic, it's sucking up magic.
Oh. Okay.
That's
terrifying. So by having these things in this area, it's taking that magic and that energy and sending it back to Elysium, and that's why it hasn't burned up all of itself yet.
Oh my god. Sorry, I'll finish your thing. I had a thought that might be a little stupid, but okay. I don't know how to explain it without it sounding batshit insane, but maybe that's this is also an out of game thought because I don't think I'm not 100% sure if Kay would be able to piece it together, but maybe that's why meteors crash into the plane that we're in northern Ishtar like every several hundreds of years, because maybe based on what you said, if these big chunks of Elysiumite are being used as batteries to further fuel Elysium, batteries eventually die. So what if that's Elysium being like, well, we need to refresh the battery and doing that?
And we'll just huck the discarded husk at a planet.
No, they huck a new husk at a planet.
Right. I suppose there's more elegant ways to go about it, but I
mean, hey, I don't know the inner machinations of the sun.
Hey, past the least resistance or simplest option.
Yeah. Plus, this is also just like a really weird crackpot theory. It might not be real.
True.
It's
There you
just
go.
what's the word?
Map.
It's what's the word? It's interesting that. Oh wait, actually, I don't think Kane knows. Never mind. We'll stop talking about that. And Kay's gonna grumble to himself a little bit and just be like, I mean, that was kind of helpful, but not super helpful.
Mhm.
He was kind of hoping like the Elysiumite Wikipedia article, we'll just call it Wikipedia, would like mention, not like fully specifically like give us the answer to the problem, like, hey, here's how to like fix divine magic if it's been infected with Elysiumites, but more of like a
Well, and I
like
will say, from what you're seeing too, and it was more in the Elysium tab as well. There's a lot of locked things. They're talking about things like the Nova incident. You know, they're talking. There's certain things that are talked about,
Mhm.
but you're not giving any context. So it might be like a sealed document, or it might be in that locked folder you can't get into.
Okay. Could I don't want to like try and break into the lock tab, but could I like try clicking on it? Does like
Yeah, nothing
I,
happens,
I,
and you
I
see
think
like the
I
lock
think I see
symbol, and
a
that's it.
I think I see a plan forming in our orc friend's head.
It will be mine.
It will be beautiful.
I'm
So in addition, so this is the world almanac you're looking at. There are other things. So you can look at more of the settings. You can look at more at the different environments and stuff if you wish. But there is also other folders. Should you be interested?
Give me the weapons folder.
the weapons rack folder.
So there is actually an entire folder just called mechanics.
Oh.
That seems to have a bunch of things. It actually has, from what you can tell, an extensive profile for most gods,
Huh?
including motive. So it has a list of here's all the gods depending on what region you're in. To keep it, it's like a hey, if you're traveling, this is who they worship, and here's all the things about them. So it has like background, where they came from, their motivations, their ideals, their bonds, their flaws. It has a bestiary that is thousands of pages long of several different creatures for each realm you're in. It has all sorts of magic items, ranging from very common, like here's a cloak of billowing, all the way up to artifact level items, including blueprints and how to make most of them.
Blue.
From
That sounds like a checklist to me.
it has important characters of interest. So like oracles, it has prophets, it has champions of certain gods, it has individuals who are aware of Estrada and like the bigger picture as a whole, and who you can talk to if you're traveling. It has a massive section on magics from other realms. It talks about spells and concepts you've never heard of. So there is an entire form of sorcery that is alchemical based, that uses potions and tonics. There is an entire thing talking about sorcerers who use void magic and the absence of to create and destroy and remove things. It talks about a lot of things involving giants. There's a whole rune crafting, how to make runes, how to augment runes, how to supplement area like magical energies with runes. There's a whole thing talking about there's so much that it goes over.
Okay. This is going to be a bad question, but
Well,
are there pages for us?
No.
Okay, that okay, that's fair. That's
we
fair.
exist outside the system.
Damn.
Well, that's a good thing.
Well, if this has information about giants and stuff, we might be able to help Loki's friend,
Who?
the fire giant,
The fire giant, yeah.
the one that you and Thorir almost murdered back
What did he?
at
What
the
does he need?
Coliseum. What was his deal? Is he trying to?
I'm gonna say, why are we trying to help him?
fuck, I forgot what his deal was.
That he
Yeah.
was like enslaved prior to like all the giants leaving, and just didn't get the memo.
Oh yeah,
And he's also like, where the fuck my homies go?
yeah. Also, he's friends with Loki, and it's also the least that we can do because we did almost murder him at the Coliseum.
Yeah, yeah.
God, what
yeah.
is it? No, he walked into that. I'm yelling at Kay and at Thassa. He walked into that fight ready for anything. He wanted this.
I'm sorry, he was enslaved.
Yeah,
Do you
walked
think
into
he
that
wanted to
fight
walk into
so
the
he-
fight?
Because if he
Was he
survived, he'd
enslaved to
probably
the
get fed.
Colosseum? I got the impression he was enslaved way before the Colosseum fights.
Yeah, he was enslaved beforehand, and then they
Oh.
sold him to there.
Yeah.
It doesn't change my thought process on it. He like you know, like this is gonna be kind of fucked up to say, but if we
I mean, fair
replace
enough. He could have just thrown his arms down, you know. and just, like-
okay, Scar, if we replaced information about giants with information about Scarfang's parents and or living relatives, wouldn't you want to like? And I saw it. Wouldn't you want me to tell you about it?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I like
Maybe.
owe you anything. Also,
Alright.
if you're like, no, let's not go into that on stream.
Oh,
Yeah.
we don't have to go immediately. We're still going to Gulsveg and doing other stuff. It's just, like information that might be pertinent to a friend of ours.
Mm.
Want to look at more
So
weapons?
are you looking at giant stuff?
Not Scarfing wants to look at like some of the weapon schematics. So let's look at that first.
Okay. Okay. So what weapons would you like to look at?
That's like
There's
asking
thousands of them. So
it's like asking a Stone Age man which gun he
But-
wants to see.
yeah.
Do you think? Hang on. Do you think your shotgun's on there?
Oh.
That's a good point. Let's look for the shotgun. Sure.
Okay. So looking for firearms.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
There are a crap ton.
Woohoo!
Is there
Oh,
at least
God.
7?
Scar's gonna figure out how to make a heavy machine gun, and now the world is fucked because I've won the arms race.
I am the arms race.
This ain't a thing, it's a goddamn Scars race.
So, there are tons of things. So it has ranging from handguns, long guns, melee firearms, so like bayonets and such,
My favorite.
spell slingers, and shotguns.
What's a spell slinger?
Basically, you can use it's a spell mod. You can put on
Oh.
spell effects and stuff on firearms.
Oh, cool.
So you can have like web and shoot that, or certainly. So it has new attachments.
Oh.
It has a muzzle loader, semi-auto, super heavy, slow reload, select fire, and automatic. There are there's regular bullets, cannon shells, artillery shells, mortar shells, and rockets.
Jesus
Um,
web.
There are special
I need a
ammunition you
rocket
can
launcher.
get called grapple shots, slug rounds, armor piercing, and anti-magic rounds.
Ooh, anti-magic.
Rarity for ammunition goes up to what's a new rarity you've never heard of called epic, which is above legendary and artifact.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh god. Guys, we
there's
could be here for
all
ages.
sorts of stuff.
We could be here for ages. You should probably just take it.
Well, actually, there's something I'm curious about. I'm curious about all these locked
I'll be back in a minute, guys.
files.
Okay.
Like
Cues?
they're like the pertinent information, all that. Like, as you know, I assume as we were like continuing to look like through different stuff, we saw more of like these lockdown Wikipedia threads and stuff. This might be a weird thing, but I kind of want to call their ship and see if we can get in contact with them. See like, hey yo, so we finally decided to fuck around with the tablet that your friend
You're not supposed to have.
oh shit, yeah, we're not supposed to have this.
Don't tell anyone.
Okay, yeah, no.
Make it sound like we got the information from somewhere else.
Well, no, they're still gonna be like, how are you contacting us?
None of their business.
And we could wait.
We just don't tell them the truth. We just don't tell them we have this thing.
But that... sorry,
Foolproof. I'm a genius.
I mean,
Accept my answers.
we
Do not question me.
As he's posturing this idea at Scar, you see a weapon called the ray gun.
Let's open that right now.
Do you? Okay. You can see what looks to be some sort of variation weapon. So it is actually able to change between 3 different types of weapons, between a musket, a pistol, and a revolver. It seems to use a mix of gravity and lightning magic to alter its own form and change depending on what you need it to do. So it ranges from a ray gun, like in COD, to rail gun, using gravity and electricity, in musket form. So basically, you can use a bonus action to charge and make the bullets begin to spin and oscillate and shoot faster. And basically, when you shoot somebody, they take a bonus damage, obviously. But specifically, they have to make a con save, or take even more damage and be pushed away from you. It also has the ability to add what is a new condition. Specifically, it is called the vulnerable condition. So the next time the target takes damage, the damage is doubled.
I like that. What? That sounds.
So it's meant to chain damage.
Nice. I like the sound of that.
So there is all sorts of. You see one called the sleeve pistol, one called the headhunter, one's called the musket o' flames.
Musket o' flames.
The witch's palm pistol, the light rocket hammer, the quarter cannon, the dagger blaster, the matchlock musket, scattergun, Whitworth, Henry rifle.
Can we? Sorry, you go first.
No, I'm just more talking about how I could be here for ages.
I wanted to know more about the witch palm pistol. That sounds fucking interesting.
There you go.
Something called the Thompson, the Lewis gun, the MP45, the M1 Garand, the bolt action rifle.
Oh god.
A rifle grenade launcher.
The duck foot.
You see one is called the Wizard's revolver.
There's schematics for a lithium battery bomb, also known as the Tesla Cybertruck.
You see what is called a mortar shell.
Oh, yay! Artillery unlocked.
Yeah, you see what's called the dragon launcher. There's a few more augments. You see one's called the scope, one's called the saw-off. But there's also another one, another thing called armor. You see bullet-resistant jackets, Kevlar, a bulletproof shield, and dragon scale. All sorts of nutty stuff.
Atlas, get that out of the chat. Not the deadly 4-way shotgun.
We're entering the renaissance of weaponry, dude. This is the time to experiment. This is what the Ice Age was.
Percy, I don't think that's accurate, but
you look at the things you found in the Ice Age. Everything looks weird. That was the experimental phase.
For real. I mean, didn't they make like the first musket? It was China that made that, right? During the Ice Age?
Yeah, not during. I don't know about during the Ice Age. Maybe
it was towards the tail end, but it was beginning of like. When was the first firearm?
The first like proper firearm would have been like the dragon stave from China, I think.
Yeah, the fire lance.
That's the one.
In the 10th century. So, yeah, 850. What is that?
Okay, I know that we said that we were looking at schematics, but are there like
when Chinese alchemists accidentally created gunpowder trying to make a fountain of youth potion?
Oh jeez.
Make this thing a big live forever.
Fountain
Oh
of
my
youth.
God.
Fountain of abject murder. We took a left turn somewhere. What the fuck?
What the fuck, dude? That's the most scientist like that's the like
Scientist thing ever,
yeah, we were trying to make this and we made a bomb instead.
we were trying to make us live forever, but instead we found a faster way for us to die.
Well, I'm imagining one of those Chinese like scientists being like, "Behold the elixir of life," and he downs it,
Kills
and
the
then
emperor.
he just explodes like a balloon. Like, no, sorry,
Brilliant.
Fuck, dude. That's great.
Okay, so I know that we've been looking.
I'm picturing just in this ancient Chinese library, just a chalkboard of days without one of us exploding, and just somebody rubbing out the number and writing 0.
100.
The main problem keeps being the gunpowder, but they think everything else is the problem, so they keep removing everything else.
Can't be wrong.
Have you tried less gunpowder? No.
Oh,
The emperor needs more.
Someone
That's
help me
no better
budget.
than them having
Someone help
him
me budget
just
my
lead
potion of
tablets.
fuck, what was I saying? Okay, so we've been mostly looking at schematics, right?
Yes.
Are there like I keep calling the are there like archive pages for like pre-existing like magic items and artifacts and stuff? Like,
Oh no.
is
Are
there
any... Huh?
like I was gonna ask if there was like a page for the Bidents for Thassa's Bident or anything.
Recently stolen.
Recently stolen
So
by a bitch.
there would be a thing. It would be tied to Thassa's lore tab, where it's
Oh,
like
God.
this is her weapon of choice. It used to be a trident, but upon a conflict with another ocean god, where their tridents collided, one of the spears was broken off.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna make a new page called "Weapons Claimed by Scars" and expand the session. Expand it. Weapons rightfully taken by Scar from foolish champions of Thassa.
Scar, come on.
What's she gonna do?
I'm gonna claim it.
We have been out on the sea for almost 5 days, and the fact that we haven't incurred Thassa's wrath yet is a stroke of blind luck.
It's a Scar flipping off Thassa the entire day, just flipping off the air.
You know what? I'm going to
Constantly.
develop sea mines just to piss off Thassa.
What the fuck?
You want to?
You know,
I mean, given the fact that we retrieved one, surely that means that they already exist.
Well, no, this was just a bomb. Someone
Oh, that was just a bomb, yeah.
dropped. Yeah.
Are there any? Is there any lore or legends? Is there any lore/legends tied to Astri, the Cal of Krufix? Just want to check that out.
Yeah. So we talk about his cowl. One moment.
Okay.
The
ending of the pages, and some bitch ass motherfucking cat stole it.
No, so like it's not like a real time update thing. This is all like pre-established, like things from forever ago. These aren't. Yeah, it's not like someone's actively doing anything with this. Let's see, let me pull up. Thing. Close that out. Okay. So, looking it over, you can see a couple things about it. One, it is, like I said, it's his cloak, which is pretty pertinent bit of information specifically, because from what it's describing, this cloak is a tangible bit of chaos energy. Basically, when the universe was first made, it was a bunch of shit everywhere, like just primordial energies.
The primordial
that,
shit stain.
When he and Clothis came into being, he took a bit of it with him and wrapped himself in it and made the first garb.
I was literally, you made me literally picture that, when Peter's explaining the birth of the universe, and he's like, God and his roommate, Chad, were having an arm wrestle, and he farted, and that was the Big Bang.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
God and his roommate Chad.
That's literally how Peter starts off the story.
I
Yep.
love that God's roommate is Chad.
God and his roommate Steve.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of it's a very
Tiffany?
again, it doesn't go too far in depth. Like someone would still have to like talk to Crufix and be like, hey, where the fuck the cow come from? And Crufix isn't that kind of guy. He doesn't talk to people.
Yeah, no, I think that's why Kay asked for the cowl, because like at the end of the day,
it's very minimal notes.
Okay, no, that makes sense. Yeah. Is there like an outer page of like artifacts belonging to Crufix, or?
There would be a page talking about how the Temple of Crufix in Northern Ishtar has a good collection of them, but they don't have. They haven't been given the information from the temple.
Gotcha. Okay. No, that makes sense. I was thinking
under lock and key.
I was thinking of like, how like on a like what's the word, like when you're looking up like anime on Wikipedia, and then like there's the plot like a tab, and you like pop up in the plot tab, and it's like further reading characters involved in said anime.
Yeah,
and
but you
click on
have to look at it. It's less of like that, because the problem with like that kind of mindset is that's a third party removed. Like you have out of world knowledge.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
This is a Wikipedia being written by a group of people.
Gotcha.
They still have to. They're not omnipotent. They're not
okay.
Like they don't have all of the. They're still having. It's like they're still having to get this information from someone.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's why I guess there's no information on you guys or anything that's happened recently, because no one's been there recently and recorded it. Like someone's actively adding stuff to this. So, and that's what most things are quick 1, 2, 3 sentences, aside from very specific things that they have a lot of information about.
No, I think I know what my problem is. It's the fact that I am thinking in the terms of like, oh, this is a thing from the future, so it would.
It's not as far in the future as you think it is.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because you got to remember, Kelborn is
man.
it's like 60 years in the future. It's not.
Gotcha. Okay.
Not that far.
Anyway, Scar got to look at weapon schematics. Are there any like spells in the archive? Tons. Ooh. And any?
God, he's gonna get the explode your dick spell. I would like actually this time.
Hey, I'm working on that currently. I have a copyright TM for it, and if it's in this archive, I'm suing. I'm kidding now. I don't know what I was gonna say. This is.
Yeah, there is. I would say approximately just shy of 1,000 spells.
Jesus. Are most of them just like your traditional like things that I like identify? No, different, like new.
I'm gonna list off some cantrips.
Okay.
Anti-heal, Astral Shuffle, Fine Blast, check, Death Scraps, Familiar Bond, Full Moon, Glacial Decay.
Okay.
The Maridove Handshake, Vicious Mockery, Vile Lightning, Wild Firebolt.
Okay. I'm sorry.
That's
all new.
The what handshake?
The Maridove Handshake.
The Maridove
that sounds like
handshake.
a move from like an Ocean's 11 movie.
That sounds like another name for the fucking pinky hold from Kung Fu Panda.
Wushu finger hold.
Wushu finger hold? Oh, you know this hold.
Nah.
What does the handshake do? Sorry, I want to know. It's a funny name.
So, specifically, it's similar to Shock and Grasp. It is a melee spell attack against a creature.
Makes sense.
Specifically, on a hit, it's a D20 lightning damage
Holy
scaling
shit.
D20, 2D20, 3D20, 4D20.
What the fuck?
Oh, hey, jeez, man.
But there's a downside to it.
Uh-huh.
Every time you cast it, you have to roll. And you roll a D20. On a 1, you also take damage.
Oh.
So 5% chance.
So that might be my pizza ready. So back a minute again.
So, as a matter of fact, that's actually a good point. It's going to take a quick 5.
Yeah.
Fair about that point. So,
Piss break.
but yeah, there's tons of stuff.
Jeez.
So it does a lot more damage, but there's a chance you also get shocked.
Wow, this is insane. This is lovely. Hey Scar, do you want to try something? I'm kidding. No, Kay doesn't know the spell.
I will not let you cast a testicular torsion spell.
Unlimited pow.
Scar, your balls are too big for testicular torsion. I would have to shatter them.
Yeah, there's one called Vile Lightning. It is it actually specifies it is a variation of the Meredith Handshake. It's a melee spell attack like Shock and Grasp. On a hit, they take 1d6 lightning and 1d6 necrotic damage.
Holy shit!
In addition, you may also target an additional foe within 5 feet for every successful attack you make with the spell, though you cannot target the same creature multiple times. So, for example, if there's a bunch of people around you, you can slam your palm on the ground, make the attack roll basically, and hit everyone within 5 feet of you.
I think Kay
roll an attack roll against each of them.
Kay also realizes what he said to Scar, and it like looks up and it's just like, I don't know what size your balls are. I don't know why I said that. Actually,
yeah, I was thinking about that too. I was trying not to think too hard about it.
Yeah.
Specifically, though, there's a unique thing about the spell. So because it does two types of damage, if a target is resistant, let's say to lightning, they resist the spell, even if they're resistant to lightning and necrotic. If they have immunity, they also only resist. So if they're immune to lightning damage, they still just take resistance damage. So it's still 2d6 resisted.
Interesting.
The only way to become fully immune to the damage is if you're immune to both lightning and necrotic damage.
Whoa.
So even having like a thunder god, a lightning god, could still take the resisted damage.
So kind of like, what spell is it? I know some of the void spells that I have have
void and astral damage have no resistances and no
yeah.
immunities. It's always full damage.
Let's see. Okay. Well, once again, I think I might be representing the.
Yeah, so I'm not leaving the room. I'm just gonna put you guys on my.
Oh no!
headset.
I have to pee real fast, so I'll be right back. So yeah, I'll be piss break everyone. Well, Donald's probably already taken us off the air, so I'll be right back.
All right.
So is there anything you want to look at while we have a bit of time, or?
I mean, yes, but also I know there's going to be so much stuff that I'm going to be interested in everything, and then I'm going to lose track of everything. And I promised you I was going to make a list of stuff I wanted to make, and I still haven't even made one. So
You're good. It's like one of the nice things too. Oh, that's feedback loop. Gross. One of the nice things is this. I have a whole Wikipedia page, so anything you want, I can just send you the Wikipedia. So it's a little easier.
Fair enough.
Do you drink iced tea, or are you more of a hot tea kind of person?
I'll be honest, I drink neither, but I do kind of I like a slightly less sugary iced tea. I'm very down for. Generally, I just prefer a glass of milk or a cider, though.
You're more like a savory kind of.
Yeah, savory is more my thing. That's salt, right?
Yeah, like salt, meat, like pretzels.
Yeah, exactly. I very much enjoy my savory.
So do you Say. Do you prefer like because you're not big on chocolate? We've talked about this because I also am like not big on chocolate.
I hate chocolate. I cannot eat it.
Do you
without
prefer like chips and pretzels for like a snack?
Yeah, or like just some like full thing. Like I've got this right now, which has got like
Ooh, is that like
yellowy
Danish?
inside. Maybe I don't know. Wait, hang on. Let me look up Danish.
Aren't you Danish?
Don't call me Danish. I am not Danish.
I know.
It is like a Danish pastry. Yeah.
Okay.
Really creamy inside.
Was it like peach, apricot? What you got in there?
This is cardamom.
What?
Cream.
Oh,
Stuff.
okay.
Cardamom cream. Custard, I guess. Is it custard?
Oh yeah, custard. Okay.
That's the one. I don't know enough about cooking to remember these things, but yeah, it's custard.
What type of custard though? That's the question.
Oh God, those
Yellow
yellow
like vanilla. Well, yeah, yellow, but like what fruit?
I don't know. It's tasty.
Is it peach? Is it apricot? Like
No, it's custard.
it doesn't narrow it down.
I don't know what to tell
Custard
you,
is
dude.
custard.
I don't know
That's
what you
one
want from
flavor.
me.
They didn't
Custard
tell
is one
me at
flavor.
the
It's called
store.
custard.
Custard flavored. It's delightful.
I was watching there's a podcast I love called Trash Taste. And it's funny.
Oh, I know those boys.
Yeah. Well, because Connor is from Britain. And so one of the things I love is like they're talking about like trash food takes. And so like for example, it's like, oh, I don't like sauces. So what about like on chicken nuggets? He goes, nah, I like the breading. I'm like, you're a monster, first of all. But they were talking about how like British food can taste good. It's presentation. That's what fucks them every time. It's like it just looks like brown slop. You know it tastes good. If you've had it, you know, like, you know, like it's like tons of sausages and potato. Like there's some good stuff in there. But it's like it's just presentation. That's the only thing they don't have down. And that's why people won't eat British food.
True.
So.
It also depends on the food bit, because like a lot of it still looks pretty good to me. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But it's the culture of it. You're used to being around. It's like, oh, that looks fine. It looks good. But because for us, we're so used to like a specific presentation, especially in the US. The US, I feel like presentation is a big part of it. We spend millions on just advertising for making food look good.
I love the way
you spend too much making it look good, not on it being edible.
Hey, listen, I can get 2 McDoubles for $2.50. All right.
I'm looking at a picture, Traveler's Guide to Iconic American Food, and one of them is just all ass fucking bison.
Well, actually, we actually have a place here called Boise Fry Company. They actually are they are fast food. It's not really fast food. They don't prioritize speed like a lot of fast food places where like they have it's called a POS or S.O.S. It's speed of service.
Oh, okay.
So you have to get stuff out by a certain amount of time, otherwise you're docked points. And so they prioritize quality of food. Not only that, they also have a bunch of like options for healthier alternatives. So for example, they have a bison burger. They have they do like different types of potatoes for like their fries and stuff. So they're like healthier, like steamed potatoes, gold potatoes, like gold russet. They do what are called purple potatoes. You ever heard of those before? They're literally purple. It's weird. But yeah, so they do all kinds of stuff like that to make like healthier alternatives. They also do instead of stuff being shipped in frozen, all of it's made fresh. Like all like their meat is hand rolled every morning. It's actually a really cool place. My brother actually is the GM for one of their stores, and I actually love going in because like it's the same price as everywhere else, but like you're getting in and eating again healthier. It's still burgers and fries, but
yeah, man,
they put a bit more care into it. So
there you go.
It makes me feel better than just downing.
Fast food was a choice, and it wasn't a good one.
Yeah,
and we've all kind of adopted it, but like quality food is always going to be better.
Well, no, because isn't there still some countries that don't allow like McDonald's and Burger King and other like
what? Like who?
There's one. There was still some
I'm
countries.
Fairly certain McDonald's is like one of the biggest things is that they're in every country. It's like one of their biggest.
There's no country
but isn't it like
in
like I swear it's like southern China or something. There's only like one. And it's only in like the one city.
No, No. They have McDonald's in multiple cities.
Or at least some variant. It might not be called McDonald's, but it's pretty close.
There's a few countries that have banned McDonald's, but they'll have their own variant. Is the thing.
Yeah.
Bolivia,
And then it's
Iceland, Jamaica.
I know
Russia.
specifically though, a lot of countries have, especially I know the UK did this, was cutting out high fructose corn syrup and using like actual sugar or other alternatives because it's bad for you. It really is bad for you. Like it's a bad sweetener. And it's in everything here in the US.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, man.
So you go throw the spoon back over here.
Well, also didn't I'm not sure which one it was, Norway or Sweden, or Iceland. You know, when McDonald's first tried to open and run it American like in their country, they told them to piss off because they had to abide by their working laws, not how America does it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like the same thing with and I've talked to JC about this in Seoul. When all the sanctions and stuff for Russia started happening, it's still McDonald's. Like it's not called McDonald's, and because basically what they did was they sold everything to some other country and some other like business, and was like, here's everything you need. It's the exact same menu, exact same like shipment, everything. Everything is the exact same. It's just not called McDonald's. Same thing with Walmart and with everything else. It's the same. It's the same. Like it's a square. We all see it's a square, but we're just not calling it a square. We're calling it a rhombus. Like it's a square. So yeah, it's a very interesting thing. It's always gonna be around.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. Oh god, my arms.
Looking at the last image shared in the group chat, I'm guessing Scar's been the tablet is giving Scar ideas, and I should be worried.
Lots of ideas. It's weird because like there's part of me that wants to like not introduce too many guns into this world because I like melee and Scar likes melee.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like it's the exact opposite of what Scar does, which is have tons of variation in weapons, and like guns are like the most easy way out of that kind of thing.
Just have 18 types of firearms.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, like there's all sorts of other things. That was just you guys asked about the shotgun, so I was like, guns.
Yeah. Exactly.
Presumably, wherever this comes from, they are a lot further down that barrel.
Mm-hmm. That's the one thing that does interest me is like a bulletproof shield, just to like negate that advantage.
Yeah. So specifically, there's the 4 types of armor. Bullet resistant, and it goes up in tier. So bullet resistant jacket is it's actually an armor type, so it's 12 plus your dex modifier. It's 25% resistance to firearm damage. So instead of having it, it's 25%. So it's quarter damage.
Sure, just throw more math at us. Sure.
Yes, there is Kevlar, which is 15 plus dex, max of 2. Which is 50% resistance to firearm damage, so it's half damage. But disadvantage on stealth. There is Dragon Scale, which is flat AC of 18, but 75% resistance to firearm damage. Requires a certain strength modifier, strength 15, but still disadvantage on stealth. And then what's called the Bulletproof Shield. It's a standard +2 AC shield. As a reaction, if someone attacks you with a firearm that uses bullets, it doesn't work on explosives, unfortunately. You can block it for immunity to the damage as a reaction, but it decreases the shield's AC by 1. Because basically it deteriorates the shield.
Yeah.
Also,
and
Percy,
so you have
sorry.
to repair it.
Sorry about earlier with the spells. I didn't want you to like read every spell individually. I did what I should have specified.
We can go down the list.
No, we could do that later. We could do that later
for a while.
Yeah, I should have been more like, are there any spells that pop out to Kay's eyes also just
There would be so many, and with
uh,
you already trying to learn the void spells too, like it's a whole tango. Like
do I find the ever elusive testicular torsion spell?
no, you see
No.
kidney calcification though.
Yes,
ooh.
one step closer.
Well,
Ow.
give someone a kidney stone.
Oh god.
Scarfang, hold still. I'm gonna give you a kidney. I'm kidding. I don't know the spell yet.
I'll
Oh,
fucking
that's
kill
the only
you.
thing stopping you, huh?
But yeah, no, there's just all sorts of things in this compendium.
Yeah.
That you can look over. Like I said, there's stuff with runes. There's stuff with like magic item creation, alchemical creation. There's a whole tab on just making potions.
Ooh, that's my alley.
There's an entire thing about like runes and runic enchantments to bolster things or bolster areas. There, it talks about like how there's whole things about like, oh, you can make a fortress impenetrable with some of these spells. Like there's like all sorts of nutty things.
Nice.
So
Actually, so the tab that has like a stock of like items and stuff.
like
What
magic
are
items?
no,
Oh,
not magic.
the resource
The
spreadsheet,
resources?
yes.
Yeah. What resources specifically? Like just like wood.
Just a bunch, like the wood, coal, food, water, like rations. Talks about like we have X amount of rope, X amount of crates, X amount of wool, X amount of it's all sorts of stuff.
Okay. Could I just take like a little note of like what some of the numbers are? Just like if we check back later to see if it increases or decreases in the future.
Well,
No,
like you guys saw, it was updated 7 hours ago.
gotcha.
Like so, someone is actively updating this as they use
okay.
or gain or whatever. Like it is being updated.
Oh, yeah.
Let's-
What's the word? I think the thing that Kay was more interested in is like, are they like taking from this like these resources? Like whoever's
both.
like making
They're adding to it, taking. You can see there's a log.
Oh,
You can see so they've
okay,
added to it. Like this is a spreadsheet that's gone back multiple years.
gotcha. 900 Playboys. What are they going to use those for? I'm kidding. So
God, that's gonna be like the biggest game of hide and seek ever.
it sure will.
Did I tell you guys that? So when my wife and I were dating,
My wife.
she got a bunch of these like itty bitty like dinosaurs
Mm-hmm.
and attached love notes to them,
Oh.
and then she hid them all over my fucking apartment. Just a shit. Like I was like 100 of these fucking things, and so I'd go and like I'd go and grab like bathroom cleaner under the sink, and fuck, there's 8 of them there. I'm like, what the fuck? So like, yeah, it's the game of hide and seek. And then we moved out of the apartment. I was like, you have to tell me how many there were in here because we're leaving. Like, I need to know. And she's like, I don't remember. And I was like, that doesn't help me.
That's really sweet as compared
really
to
sweet.
what
I have a whole
was,
bag of them sitting across from me.
as compared to when I was in college and one of my friend hid condoms all over my room.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hopefully still in the wrapper.
Oh, yeah, still in the wrapper, because I was a weird like cringe. I was weird and cringy and hypersexual and like, oh, this is my first year away from my parents. I can like, like do things.
Oh yeah, I know.
And like I jokingly asked him for a
Every
condom. And
college
he's like,
student, I'm gonna get so much puss in college. Gets 0.
No,
Doesn't go
like,
to a single party.
at the
doesn't
university,
doesn't go out.
At the student halls I went to, is like anyone I think under the age of 20 spent the first 3 months of term partying in their halls.
Too much.
I know. It's like my friend, one of my friends said he had to go back and rewatch previous lessons during those 3 months because they were just gone from inside his head because he finally stopped thinking and partying with other friends of the night.
yeah,
I'm too antisocial. I don't do parties.
Well, I told you guys, I was in I was in a flat that was basically 2 solitary confinement cells with a shared bathroom.
Holy shit.
Mm.
No,
Plus I stupidly got.
too awkward, so none of that.
Oh yeah, that too. Also, I also shot myself in the face and got a night shift job.
That was a choice he made. But yeah, so as they have spent probably the better part of 8 to 12 hours looking over this Wikipedia, what has Thorir been up to?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. As I said,
As they've been huddled in a corner, burning their eyeballs out.
The last 6 hours is
Well,
us playing like Flappy Bird and stuff.
Oh God.
Well, for one,
The internet.
thanking the gods for giving them a distraction and keeping them in one place on the ship for that long. The other thing is, as I said earlier, helping because if this fog is coming, then Thorir is probably used to navigating. Well, he probably had to navigate through it to get out.
You would have gotten a little bit of it. It kind of comes in waves.
So he would have been helping the ship navigate through the fog. Maybe at some point try fishing again. Maybe, don't know.
Oh, go for it. Roll a D100.
I've
The
got
thing followed us out here.
I know my forge is finally loaded, but I've got them all out, so I'm going to roll physical dice because they're here. Shakam. 88.
Oh,
88.
you do snag something.
Uh-huh.
You fish up Scarfang.
Not another one.
You hatch. You do this, and there's some weight. It's about like 50 pounds, whatever you snagged, but it is fighting against you. You can see this almost equine-looking fish, a very muscular upper body and extremities that seem to resemble hooves. You've caught a hippocampus.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
Oh, I was thinking of the monster from fucking Undertale.
So
You pulled out the World of Warcraft mount. Nice.
you have snagged a DC 15 catch, or sorry, not DC. That's CR 15. Thank you.
Oh.
It's not DC. So the way this works, it is 3 attempts,
Okay.
2 of which need to be successes. So
Dude, just call me up to help you right now. I will give you advantage. Actually, you have rage. You don't need
his
me.
rage. Your iPad kid.
Yeah.
God.
So you can give me an athletics check. You do get a +1 to this because you have the +1 fishing rod.
Alright, cool.
Great. Raging.
Well, also, well, yeah, I probably would, considering the last couple of tries at this. Athletics check. Where'd it go? So 4 + 1, 5 on top of whatever I roll. 7.
Good advantage?
Double 2s.
Okay. You don't have proficiency in athletics? What the fuck? That's fine. Okay. All right. You can roll again. Another athletics check with advantage. +1.
Alright, that's better. So, 23.
That is the DC.
Oh my
shit.
god.
This is a big boy. It is fighting you. It is basically like wrapped one of its hooves around the line and is yanking back with its weight. It is fighting you.
Yeah.
So go ahead. One more roll.
23 again.
All right. You have snagged yourself a hippocampus.
Woo!
You've pulled it up onto the thing. So, to kind of show everyone as well. Oh,
It's giving hippo campus.
Well,
it is a very, very beautiful creature. So let's press this. Copy. Okay. And it is kind of just flopping around there, the current mod.
Flopping around in the
Christmas
tree.
oh, wow. Oh, one of those.
So, yes, it is a big boy. It luckily seems to have the ability to breathe air, so that's good. You didn't kill it instantly, but it is looking at you like it wants to go back into the water.
Could you imagine that thing like whipping around like this?
Oh god.
Oh, you could release it.
One of
or-
the sailors would come up to you and be like, "Holy fuck! You caught that thing?
Dinner?
That thing could go for a pretty penny. That's worth 3,000 gold. Things are expensive."
Where's your moral compass, Thorir? Would you like the money?
The money or your life?
Your money or your life?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna, because I'm still raging. I'm just going to. Well, I assume my hook and whatnot is free from its whatever it's
Yeah.
caught on. Then yeah, still raging. He's just gonna pick it up.
He
as if he's
man.
not- yeah, he man it.
By the honor of Gulsveg! And then this hippocampus is your fucking
honor,
mouth.
honor. I'm not Shira. Power is He Man.
I don't. It could be either.
You have a childhood and watch He-Man and the Forces of Grayskull.
Okay.
For a
I'm
split
sorry
second, looks
that-
as if he's gonna throw it down into the hold of the ship, but then yeah, it turns around and lobs it back into the sea.
Yeah.
With that, you've earned some respect back from Thassa. So
Yeah, that was actually the goal there. 'Cause I was just
slowly
think-
making the climb.
Scarfang immediately yells out, "Yo, fuck Thassa!" Immediately loses any of that favor.
he like throws a torpedo after it.
You throw it. Be free. Scar dives out.
what's the
You can see
what's the-
Scar's
what's-
like pouring oil over the side of the boat.
What the?
what's the guy who has to? What's the guy who's the guy who has to constantly every day push the boulder in the underworld?
Atlas, no. that's
No,
someone else.
Sisyphus. No, yeah, Sisyphus.
Yeah.
No, wait. Yeah, no,
It is
Sisyphus.
Sisyphus.
Is it Sisyphus or the other guy?
Yeah, Sisyphus. Sisyphus, a trickster who was punished for trying to cheat death because he captured Thanatos, the god of like death and stuff when he came to get him. And then when all the gods
And then
finally came,
Tantalus is the one that's like the plant in the water.
Yeah. Tantalus is the one that fed the gods his like son.
So basically,
Nice.
why I'm bringing it up is that Thorir is really trying to push us back into the great, back into the Thassa doesn't care, lets us do our shit. But Scar is on the other end of the boulder, pushing it back down.
He's like standing on
It's
it.
what's the it's from It's Always Sunny, where it's like he's trying to pull the guy back on the roof, and then
Oh yeah. Oh no, you don't. Brilliant.
I just an out of game question. Would this beef with Thassa be squashed if Scarfang just apologized?
No.
probably not.
Oh, that's
I think it's past that point. Like
Mm.
it's
It's also entirely her fault, so
yeah.
I'm not apologizing.
no, I know.
it's the equivalent of like you've just been rubbed the wrong way by
So many
somebody,
times.
and
Well,
just
hey.
like even if they've never done anything actively to you, it's just like your brain will never like forget that, even like just subconsciously, where it's like you just have a bad vibe with that person. It's just-
No,
it's just
I
kinda-
get that, and like everybody else is like, you need to chill out with like this vibe, and it's like I can't chill out. They have wronged
I
me so
physically
many
can't.
times,
Mm.
and it's
So-
just like, but they were like minor inconveniences. I don't care. It's
Mhm.
fucked up.
But other than
Still no
that,
reasonable response.
you were successful in catching.
Cool.
Nice.
returning it back to the ocean. So, as you guys have more or less just kind of chilled this day between navigating, fishing, and iPad Kid, you would be where you'd be arriving in the early morning.
Hmm.
So, is there anything you'd like to do this last night on the sea?
I would like to kill Scarfang in his sleep. You said that. What? Huh? I'm kidding. No.
I would like to kill Kay while he's awake.
Jesus. Actually, no. I think Kay wants to talk with Thorir a little bit. Because I feel Thorir really hasn't talked about his home a whole lot, right? And I think like he's talked about aspects of it. And I think Kay would like a little bit more information, seeing as we're making our way to the village of Gulsveg and then the island of Gulsveg and stuff like that. So he'll go over to wherever Thorir is at the current time, and he's just like, "So we're going back to your home."
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I've only met your dad. Is your mom show?
My mother is, well, she's chill until you anger her, then run for your freaking life.
Yeah, she's the one you have to worry about.
Thorir, I need you to understand.
Yeah.
I literally have no I have what's the word? I have no pretense of pissing anybody off on the island. I need you to understand that right now. I like what if I do anything to piss off anybody, it is purely accidental. I cannot say the same for Scarf.
I don't know. The one benefit I think you definitely have, if I have noticed, but if you definitely restrain from calling it hell.
I'm not call. I haven't called it hell once. I just keep. I call it Gulsveg. Like that's the place. Finn's the one that calls it hell.
Mm-hmm.
Will you mind if I call it a fucking shithole?
Yes, I think they would care.
Okay, I won't say that.
This place stinks.
Yo, this place tastes like ass, and I can only smell it.
This is the most obnoxious bullshit.
I mean, I don't know if you would know the answer, but do you know why teleportation magic doesn't work?
No.
No?
Never cared.
No, I had a feeling. I mean, I don't. I mean, wouldn't you want to get back to your home faster? You know, if you're if you're feeling homesick and stuff. A 5 day.
Hey, suddenly remembers the amount of people on one hand who can cast magic at that level.
That one of those people is himself.
Considering you don't even have the spell, you're using a cube to do it that you found.
Well, no, I can technically I can void travel, right?
Only if you have an anchor point.
Oh shit, you're right. Yeah, and I don't have an anchor point in Gulsveg.
Nope.
So it's not super common of a magic.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I don't mean like it like being like a thing that you could constantly do with people. I mean more like you know how there's like teleportation points between like, you know, like Kartan and other major cities, like maybe I don't know, getting a like I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Well, that's the thing. There actually isn't a whole lot. The only place I think has a TP circle is Acacia and Kartan.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, most people go by boat. There's very little other than mages like Uzar who have made their own circle, but they don't share it. It's not a public service network that can be used.
Yeah.
There's very few who actually have the ability to like do that. Because Roanoa didn't have one.
Mm-hmm.
St. Harbor doesn't have one on principle because it's a port city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Thorir would
kind of defeats the purpose in commerce.
Yeah. And Thorir would know there's not that many like wizards and sorcerers in Gulsveg. It's mainly other
I
warriors.
think the only sorcerer, or the only casters, I think, are your dad somewhat,
Well, I was gonna say,
Freya fully.
if we
Your
sp-
mom is a full caster.
yeah, if we use the classes, it would mainly be fighters,
Yeah,
barbarians,
fighters, barbarians, and
druids,
the occasional
and clerics.
paladin.
And yeah,
A couple artificers. There, it's a very, very like hands-on-y
yeah.
of the people. There's
Yeah.
very little arcanism there.
It's basically the North in Game of Thrones.
Yeah. If Thor would like to notice, he might think that Kay might be projecting a little bit. Like you're probably not upset about not being able to go home a whole lot, but Kay might be a little not upset, just a little wistful.
Whenever you want to.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know I have an anchor point, but I haven't gotten the chance to go back. And who knows? Maybe Kay doesn't want to go back right now. Maybe the journey's been
go back to the land where it's either you believe in this one god or you're dead.
Yeah, no, Kay has those pangs of homesickness, but he probably shouldn't go back to Solgard.
Yeah, imagine your entire mission for months was trying to get your memories back, and then you get them back, and you go, "Can you take these away again? I don't want these."
Yeah, like all these nostalgic thoughts.
You think Vula's he's very uptight. Then you get all your memories back. Jesus, I'm an asshole.
Yeah, just Vula. Maybe this is just a thing that Vula does. Maybe it's just a facade, and he's actually kind of cool. Get my memories back. Oh no, I'm a cunt. Okay, cool, that's fair. And yeah, so Kay's also trying to grapple with that of just I found my memories and I didn't like what I remembered.
Yep.
But
Kay should say these things more often.
Yeah. Just
Is Kay
I don't know
saying these things, by the way?
No,
Is it attempt to
What? He should.
talk with Thorir turned into Kay just rambling about himself?
Well, I mean, I don't think Kay's gonna open up a whole lot. It just I think he's just gonna.
Finn's on the boat too. Fuck, I forgot about that. He has been here the whole time.
Yeah. He's been traveling.
I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, because the idea was to show him another culture, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we picked Gulsveg.
I think before
They're the most well adjusted.
Before Kay decides to move on to another topic about Gulsveg, he'll tell Thorir just be happy you have a place that you can go back to, I guess. Anyway, so the island itself is crazy, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You ever seen Jurassic Park before? But after the dinosaurs got out.
Yes. I will also say
at what end?
At least I will also say that if you want Kay to talk about his feelings, you are going to have to pry them out of it because currently he is very much still his mindset right now is there's so much more important shit going on right now. My own mental state currently is not it is so low on the bar.
Oh, I mean, fair enough, but
Yeah.
it's the best way to open up and become better friends. You know.
And were we not best friends beforehand?
We were, but you then come in and you say
You
things
had
like
an
Thorir would
existential
notice these
crisis.
things. Whereas, man, it would have been cool to hear Kay become open and trusting with somebody and say these things.
I could be. I mean, we could do that right now if you wanted to. Kay's kind of flirting with the idea. I don't know.
Well, I mean, up to you. It's your RP right now. Yours and Thorir's.
Oh, that's.
Quick, Thorir, trauma dump, so he opens up.
Yeah, no, I think Kay is trying to talk with Thorir and just get a vibe on Gulsveg, and I think Kay will finally just say, Thorir, I don't like myself. Sorry, I know that's a lot to dump on you. Yeah.
When you say you don't like yourself, do you mean yourself or do you mean Vula?
I think
Or Dusty, you gotta
Vula-
be specific.
Or Dusty, yeah.
I
Or Dusty, yeah.
I don't know. I really don't. I think I don't like Vula because like I'm not Vula right now and I'm not Dusty right now. I'm still K. I'm but like Vula is me. I'm Vula. Like I thought things would be better once I got my memories back, but like everything's just kind of shitty still in my like headspace, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
it's like, you know, I learned bits and pieces about Vula like before I got my memories back. Like, oh, he's an arcanist. He works at the college. Uh he's pretty well respected by
What
people.
the
Yada yada yada.
hell?
What?
I just noticed that the only people left in the captions are somehow are me and Atlas.
Oh,
Well, that's done.
I don't know.
I don't know when that happened.
Invite
No,
link
sorry,
is invalid.
Hey, all right. You keep going. Okay, whilst I fix this.
No, it's all good. Okay, that's for Percy. And you know, like we encounter Vula and we interact with him, and he's kind of a dick. And then it's like, well, and like, you know, my thought process is like, oh, maybe he's just pretending. Maybe this is a like, you know, a facade to like, you know, like keep people like from figuring out the whole like time travel angle. But then, you know, I reach my hands into like into the box looking for my memories and I find them and it's like, oh no, I like whatever trauma I currently have has kind of been doubled down because Vula's been through a lot of shit, apparently. I've been through a lot of shit. Man, I gotta scroll back up in our messages, Percy, because I forgot what the name of that one thing was.
The eye?
No, not the eye. The why Vula and Finn were in the coastlands to begin with.
The plan. The plan. The plan.
Well, no, not the plan to kill people. Oh, there it is. The Dominion War. Okay, we weren't here
before it started. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah, like
there was basically a bunch of a bunch of very powerful mages who existed in the coastlands who were basically a conflict was brewing. Tensions were getting worse, and they showed up more or less with the intent of trying to like ease it, but then found, oh shit's fucked. We're just gonna go, and they didn't take that too well.
Me, Finn, and our teacher Rainer came to the coastlands to like ease like some tensions that were going on, but we got here too late. The Dominion War happened. Me and Finn were not a part. We weren't like active participants in the war. We weren't helping any one side, but we were like Rainer left us.
You were present for it.
Yeah, we were present for it. We were two slightly powerful mages. I'm asking for God. I don't know how like what our magic would be at that point.
Yeah, I'd say between like third or fourth level. Like you weren't stupid, like you weren't like new, but you were like you were apprentices. You weren't super,
like we would be it would be at a point where like, oh, this shit's scary being by ourselves. And like me and Finn have had to abandon each other for a long period of time because having to.
I want to say by the time the Dominion Wars ended,
Mm-hmm.
and Kay was able to access the void, it was like 9th or 10th level, give or take.
Yeah. Like me and Finn had to separate for several years because it was dangerous to be together. Like, and nobody back in Solgard could like extract us because we were always on the move. There was no way to get back, and like I don't know how to deal with that. Like I know how to deal with it, but I also like I still have this shit going on with how I am right now. And then for Vula and his shitty ass like baggage to like make its way into my brain is so fucked up because like, you know, I'm having these issues just as K, and now it's like, oh, here's all this other crap on top of it.
Yeah.
And
So,
then
yeah.
there's also K's gonna like look around to make sure like Finn's like I not necessarily within earshot like
Well,
K's basically
I have to just to do a little bit of funny. I assume Finn has been able to persuade the crew to give him a cabin, whilst we're just in a hold with hammocks.
Yep. Yeah,
So,
he somehow convinced the quartermaster to give him his cabin.
Yeah. Whilst we're just in an empty hold, they've let us put up hammocks in.
like I like, you know, if K didn't exist and like it was just Vula, I could probably go back to just being Vula. But like as K, I've experienced a lot in the couple of months when I didn't have my memories and stuff, and now it's kind of this mixture of like K's memories and Vula's memories, and Vula being like, you know, like down to die for the flame, but now it's now myself right now, it's like, no, that's fucked up. What we were planning is fucked up. Like the coastlands need like their gods, like to just kill them like that is like just like that would like start to like really fuck up an ecosystem, you know?
Oh yeah, true that. Well,
So
it's like well, at a point in Gulsveg, you know, we do go out into, you know, the rest of Ireland to hunt and gather, but we don't hunt and gather to the point that we exterminate the creature completely.
mm-hmm.
I mean, case in point, Lockpig and the
Dipshits 2 through 4.
no, the keyhole dragonettes. I'm sorry, I was trying to remember what they were called. You know, they're vermin on the island, but we haven't exterminated them because they're useful vermin, not just for their, you know, their ability to pick locks, but because, you know, it's all about checks, you know, balance. If you kill too many wolves, then your livestock animals like deers and whatnot will overpopulate. But if you hunt too many deers, then the wolves will have nothing to hunt, so they'll eventually possibly start hunting you, and so on and so forth.
I mean, I think also just at the end of the day, I think I'm like, you, Scarfang, and Loki are some of my best friends in the world, but Finn's also my is a very close and dear friend, and I don't want to lose him.
That's fair.
Because I'm not Vula anymore. I'm K. Which I know is weird to say, but I like, I don't know.
DM, I'm trying to think.
Mm.
You know, there's multi-headed beasts, monstrosities, what have you. I'm trying to think. Is there one that is just two heads?
Yeah, I mean there would be a few. I mean there are dual-headed wolves you've met. You know, there's dual-headed pythons. There are like several creatures who it's not super common. There's just a fuck ton of horrible things on the island.
Yeah.
But it's not super uncommon.
Yeah, true. But I'm trying to think of an actual, like, would there be? I'm trying to think of a way to bring this to the K using something Thorir would know from his history about having, you know, a two-headed creature, both heads essentially, you know, disagreeing. But if they you know, because each head, the argument is, is it one, you know, sentience between two heads, or is it two sentient heads sharing a body?
No, you would know they're their own. They have their own brains and their own consciousness. Like they're independent, but they also believe in joint survival because they're the same body. They have to work together for the purpose of their own survival.
Well, just I got thinking about weirdly enough, how how in Smallville when they try in the earlier seasons when they're on about they went to the like Native American caves where that had about predictions about Clark's eventual life as Superman, and they had there was this two-headed thing supposed to that at the time was they said was Luthor, the two-headed creature that spoke one head spoke truth, the other whilst the other did whatever it was wanting to do itself. No, but sorry, one head was spoke lies to whatever they had for Clark, whilst the other head was doing its own desires, essentially. I'm trying to find a way of wording that to Kay is that you have these memories of your former life, but they don't have to dictate what you do in the future. They are
Yeah, and I think a good example of that too
memories for
is
a reason.
Dusty.
They're from they're memories for a reason. They're in the past. Sure, they can inform your decisions, but they don't outright rule your decisions going forward.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like I said, like Dusty's a great example of that. Of like Dusty kind of, especially after you died. Well, I guess Vula died, and like he had to like kind of change his mind view a little bit of like my life is dependent on the people who came before me, but I'm also not Vula anymore. Like Dusty's nor is he K. Dusty's Dusty. Like, and he kind of said that like he is his own entity. What came before is still pertinent, and you can learn from and all that stuff, but it's not you.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, that was a big fear of Kay's, like between meeting Dusty and getting his memories back, is of like if Kay gets his memories back, what is Dusty gonna do? And it was a very pleasant surprise when it's like, oh, Dusty just came to our door just to have a little chat after we got the memories back, and is not trying to currently firebomb our house. That's nice for once. Somebody's not like trying to firebomb a location that we're in.
Yeah.
They could.
Please.
Yeah. All intents and purposes, Vula, Kay, and Dusty all have separate goals at this moment in time. Dusty's is just, I think, to exist, to be allowed to exist. I think, or is that an oversimplification?
Oh yeah, it's kind of he's just kind of like taking everything and just I've just gotta change my life perspective a little bit and just kind of keep moving forward and just be me because
ain't
everything else can be ended at any point. So
ain't nobody gonna break my stride.
Yeah.
I got to keep on moving. Ain't nobody gonna break my stride.
Okay, that's enough before we get copyrighted.
Okay. I know. God, sorry, I'll stop. Yeah.
God, copyright thing.
Yeah, Thor, I'm so exhausted.
I'm not surprised considering how long you and Scar spent hunched over a tablet thing.
God damn it, not about the tablet, just in general.
I know.
Like,
but still.
Sorry, that I know you're trying to like talk to me and be helpful. That was unhelpful. I like, you know what? Yeah, I need to take things one step at a time. I mean, I do technically sleep, I guess. I don't know. I never really think about it. I just sit down and stare off into space for a long time, and then I get all rested and stuff. But you're right. Ain't no point in thinking super hard about shit that's going on.
No.
Just gotta live in the moment and keep moving forward, right?
Exactly. I mean, that's what Dusty is doing. So why not do that too?
I don't know. I don't feel like I can live for myself right now because there's just so much shit going on, Thorir. There's so much shit.
True.
Like I really wanted to I'm gonna be real honest. I'm glad to come with you guys to Gulsveg to get that super important plant. to give to that one guy, but I'm really, really sad that I didn't get to go on that archaeological like thing that I got a letter about. I'm really sad about that, and I've been thinking about using my pocket watch to like time travel back a little bit, but I don't think that's a good idea right now.
Probably not. No. Also, they must have known that they were hedging their bets sending that letter if you were going to, one, get it, and two, come with them.
Yeah. Do you think I could get my... The fuck?
It's loading.
Okay.
I was about to say, where's the rest of it? But yeah, but you never know.
What was I gonna... I there's just too much at stake right now, and I can't focus on myself. Isn't that fucked up?
No, as you said, there's a lot going on. It's easier to
Yeah.
focus on that than yourself.
Yeah.
Where did you get the
Like,
cowboy hat from?
what are you talking about?
Fucking whole game, fucking with time travel, bastards.
Wait, hey,
That's why they had to fight Vomed on Monday.
hey, wait. Is Alistair a cat man?
No,
Wait,
the
no,
Kay's the cat, Alistair's the cowboy, Twisted Fate. That's the joke.
Oh,
They're the same person because
Jeez.
rule of time travel to kick the rock.
I'm so fucking stupid. I'm sorry.
Time traveler moves a chair.
And also, I guess
Yeehaw, partners.
I guess I'm also a little afraid to like work on on myself in general, because like back before I got my memories back, I wanted to learn alchemy supplies, and then just we ended up wrong place and wrong timing it, and you know we're kind of in that situation now because I wanted to do something to better myself. So
Or potentially right place, right time. Because you opened the case, then let them know about something. Because imagine how bad it would have been if you hadn't caught them.
yeah, you're right.
Yep.
And they hadn't been on edge.
I will let
Could've
you
been a lot
know
worse.
if we. I think Kay is like stammering and stuff about it, but then he like stops for a second and he turns to Thorir and it's like, I'm gonna let you know right now. If we ever encounter him, I still can't remember the name of his.
You weren't given a name.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
that's the joke. If we ever encounter Blue Coat again, it's on site with him, one on just. I don't want to say one-on-one, but I'm
Jump his ass.
yeah, I'm gonna no, I will. You know what? No, one-on-one, I'm gonna fucking like activate my stupid new ability, gonna trap him somewhere, and like I get done, and like I get done fucking him up, and I drop it, and you guys just see a pile of dust because fuck that man.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, your domain. I was like, time stop doesn't work that way.
Oh yeah, no, I meant my
Your
sorry, I
domain.
forgot the word for domain.
Your
But
inner domain.
yeah, sorry for dumping all this on you, Thor. It's been a lot that I've been
That's fine, man.
holding in. I feel like Scarfang should have been here as well, but I think Kay looks over to Scarfang watching Coco Melon.
He's like upside down against the wall, just
It's
like
the
casino
dancing
thing
fruit.
crawling across his head. No, I don't.
How's your vision, Scarfang?
He's too busy tapping away. He doesn't answer you. Like a true iPad kid, he doesn't give a shit or answer.
Oh, I'm gonna.
It's
I guess.
Wi-Fi shit.
What the fuck's Wi-Fi?
I'm on that 2G data.
Well, I guess I'll.
It's fuck. I'm on unlimited plan. I left my hotspot on for months.
I'm gonna. I turn back to Thor. I'm gonna go rest for the night, or for my 4 hours or whatever. Thank you for listening.
Do I want to know why Tom Holland is trending?
Oh God.
Continue.
And then
Well, you
as
have to
I,
wonder, is it Tom?
you say your thing first.
Is it Tom Holland or Tom Hollander? Because that's two different actors.
No, it's Spider-Man, Tom Holland.
Ah, okay.
Tom Holland days.
He did a magazine and they did a bunch of photos, and he looks like this. So that's why Twitter's being
Right.
thirsty.
Ooh,
Yeah, well, of course.
I see.
Something trends on Twitter. It's either Twitter being thirsty or Twitter being awful.
Or a Cybertruck blowing up in front of a building.
Yeah, and everyone
People
laughing
think that
because
was
it's funny.
Yeah, people thought that was a terrorist attack, and I was just like, no, that's just what a Cybertruck
No,
A
does.
car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Everybody, that I think I saw a meme somewhere, literally today. Is like, oh, a Cybertruck exploded, and everyone's reaction is just, aha,
Mhm.
because it's a shit car.
Anyway, before Kay goes to find a place to shack up for the night for his long rest, I know this is probably not how the spell works, but he'll go over and tap. He'll tap Scarfang with a lesser restoration just to re-wet his eyeballs because I don't think Scar has blinked in a hot minute.
You see him instantly return to life.
Yeah,
Oh my
His
God,
eyes
thank
immediately
you. I
begin
was
watering.
I was like getting
Hydration, fuck!
Oh, you saved me from the doom scrolling.
I look, my eyes got. Actually no, I'm undead. I don't know
Yeah.
if my eyes get dry or not.
No, you don't.
Dude, I have seen so many weapons.
Yeah, I know. I was there for part of it.
I'm gonna make a chainsaw now.
Hey, you don't understand. I found something called a light katana. It uses plasma. It's dope.
Okay, do you have a fedora?
I was about to say no. I was about to say Scar has found a chain sword.
It's called the Remnant Blade, the Shadow's Edge, the Hammer of Horrors. They're dope.
I'm sorry. Did you ask if I had a fedora?
Yeah, I need it to go along with my new katana.
I thought you were gonna make something for me because I'm
My
pretty sure.
suit jacket wearing a vinyl tee.
Because I can't remember correctly, but I'm pretty sure Dusty was wearing a fedora when he came to visit, right? Because he had the whole Indiana Jones get up going on.
Sure.
Yes, but I think Kay will give Scarfang a little hug and just be like, "Love you, dude," and he'll go find a place to be a cat and rest for 4 hours.
I love you too, cat man.
Yeah, I'm the
Okay.
cat man. Skibidi meow 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 meow.
Excellent.
And then Thassa kills me in my sleep.
Yeah, no.
Okay. So, okay, you're going to rest.
God smite you.
Give me a perception check.
Oh God. Oh, sorry, I pressed C in the wrong location. A persimmons check.
Persimmons.
Persimmons. Oh, no, those are all the right modifiers. I think.
Or are they?
Yeah, +5 for yeah. Sorry, it popped up with configure roll, and it's like, hey, here's all your modifiers, and 17.
Okay. I need to roll something on my end. Okay. Nothing of note.
Nothing of note. Okay.
How long would Scar and Thorir stay up?
I mean, probably not much longer after. I would say until probably Scar would stay awake till his body just goes, and we're done.
Yeah, he like falls forward.
The
from being
screen
upside
actually
down.
died a while ago. You just burned the image into your eye, into your retina. Just, guys, it's still there. It's great. Okay.
Scar stands up and he's like, Thorir, unlimited knowledge is powerful and dangerous.
Until it gets dark, because it's solar charged.
We have to burn this thing.
So, as dusk begins to fall, the night begins to set. It is turning off.
Okay.
Okay, so it is solar powered.
It is solar charged.
Okay.
So Scar just, oh,
Collapses.
okay. Thorir, would you head to bed?
Once Scar is down and I can pry the tablet. Would Scar like start hugging the tablet like a teddy bear in his sleep?
I think it just kind of like lands on his face and he doesn't like do anything about it.
Yeah, I would probably give Scar like a good 3 pokes, and to see if he's fully down.
Are you dead?
Well, that too, because of how long he was doing that for. It's like he's fine.
A sailor comes over to you, Thorir, and is like, "Hey, man, your friend can't sleep on the deck like that. I'm sorry."
We're in our air quotes room. Remember?
Okay, that's fair.
Thorir, give me a perception check.
Cool. What's my modifier for that? Oh, +5. We'll use the Viking dice.
Please get better than me.
Well, that was a natural 19, so 24.
Damn.
Okay. As you're going to the bedroom, the hold, you would walk by the captain's chambers, the quartermaster, all these different rooms, and you would hear in the room, the quartermaster's chambers, where Fen was staying, very lightly, it sounds like he's talking. It's too light to make out the words, just kind of walking past, but he seems to be talking to somebody.
I mean, could I stop and give it a better listen?
Yeah. See, he's talking, going, yeah, I'm concerned as well. It's going a bit differently than we initially thought, but so far, it's not variated too far. They were going to Gulsveg, which is a choice, but it should still suffice. You hear another voice. Well, to my understanding, it should be fine. Gulsveg still has what we're looking for, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Just make sure you complete your task so that I can complete mine. Well, I understand that, but it'll be a bit difficult. From what I've heard, Gulsveg is not as welcoming to new people. They will be suspicious, especially Odin.
Yeah, bitch. Sorry.
Or he says it out loud into the doorknob.
No, that was internal monologue.
Just make sure that your completion of your task is swift. The next stage needs to happen sooner than later. Very well. You hear a set of footsteps begin walking closer to the door.
Well, that's when I will carry on to our room.
Okay. Do you attempt to move quickly or do you attempt to move quietly? Because it's wooden floors, so.
Quietly, I assume.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Oh. Dirty 20.
Okay. Okay. You, as fast as you can, while still trying to be quiet, get to around the bend, down to going into the hold. And just barely as you round the corner, the door opens. You see here a set of footprints walk off, back up the deck. So Scarfang is very much asleep. Kay is begun the process of his, albeit shorter, still long rest. Thorir, do you fall asleep rather quickly?
Well, I think about it and I was like, well, technically Fen is still on the plan, so it's no surprise he would still be talking to someone about stages of whatnot of it.
Mhm.
And eventually, yeah, drift off. So is Kay like doing like the full like yoga meditation pose in the corner?
Yeah, he's doing the laughing dog right now.
Yeah.
I
And
s- what am I-
Scars just plumped under
Yeah.
the floor. That
He
means
is
for
upside
one night, for the last night on the boat, Foyer can just be in a hammock without being swung at by the other two, because going
Okay.
over the waves.
Mm,
A peaceful time in a hammock compared to getting whacked by friends in the sleep in the night.
So now you guys are resting for the night. You can go ahead and hit the long rest button. I think only Kay spent on spell slot, so it's not like you lost
Well,
anything.
I used our rage.
Rage, true. But it is early morning. The day greets you brisk, cold, and damp as you arrive. Oh, wrong button. Go for a day, not a week, please.
Yeah,
Thank
please.
you. As you make the final X and can see yourselves approaching the aisle. You'll be there within the next hour or so.
wow.
Welcome to Gulsveg Park.
You can see the crew has begun to put up sails to denote, like, hey, we're part of, the West Mountain Federation. We're friendly. Please don't attack us. As they begin getting closer, the crew is also beginning the process of moving some crates and stuff around. They did intend to sell a couple things while they were here, as well as buy a couple things to restock.
Mm-hmm.
So they're kind of doing just general tasks as they're getting closer to the port. As you guys are rolling up, is there any last minute things before you guys begin to dock?
Are we blowing up this boat?
No.
No.
What?
Do you want to?
No. It's
They
not
were
ours.
talking behind our backs. It's time to blow it up.
You weren't there.
I know I wasn't. I still think we should.
No, because very well this boat could be how we're getting back to the mainland.
I'll make a new one.
I can't think of anything else K to get ready for.
No. Is there any gunpowder on this boat?
God.
I would say this is more of a shipping trading vessel than
Yeah, it's not. They actually
Yeah.
don't have any cannons.
They don't have any.
They have
cannons.
they have a few. I think they said they have two. They're like front facing cannons, but
Okay.
they most of theirs have been traded out for just more space.
I will take their gunpowder.
Okay.
We cannot trust them with it.
Their whole like half a keg of gunpowder.
Mm-hmm. I
It's
need
fine. I snorted a good chunk of it.
it. That's why sparks been flying out your nose since morning.
I know, right?
Move around. In Gulsveg.
We're in Viking Town. Hell yeah.
I don't think we should refer to Gulsveg as Viking Town either.
But I don't like hearing it be called hell or shithole, so.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't think anybody would be happy for their city to be called a shithole.
Well,
Has
hell,
a point.
That sounds pretty cool.
I mean, I don't know. Look, this is Thorir's thing. We need to be as considerate as we can.
Yeah, Viking Town.
Sure, Starfang.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ever the diplomat I am.
Kay grabs the tablet to see if there's like a shock collar like spell to give. I'm kidding, no.
No, I've removed it.
What do you mean you removed it? You don't
I
have
deleted
neither of
the
us have
page.
neither of us have admin privileges.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Does
No.
Oh, that's
Golden
weird. I
Dash
suddenly
begin.
just got admin. Everybody got admin privileges at some point. What's
That's
going on
so
with
weird.
Yeah.
I wonder
learned
what happened.
HTML and I deleted the page.
It's not doing the pop-up. Yes. Okay. Anywho, you guys are docked. You can see this massive stone dock that is significantly wider than most you've seen, especially when they're made out of wood. But this is a massive stone platform that has several different anchoring pins to be able to not anchor, to tie down ropes and such to the edge of the dock. You can see the massive walls of the city of Gulsveg as it is surrounding the entire city with tons of towers and ballistas at the corners and certain defensive points. And they see you approach. They don't seem to shoot you, which is a pleasant surprise. That was kind of the intent. And as you guys begin rolling up, you can see a smaller greeting party does kind of come out. You can see a lot of them are tradesmen, craftsmen who have different like beads, necklaces, jewelry, shirts, all just your tourist trap bullshit that they're trying to
Yeah.
get you to get.
Is there I survived Gulsveg and all I got was this lousy shirt?
Thorir, as
Yeah.
you set foot leaving the boat finally and stepping on the Isle of Gulsveg, there's that sense of home, that sense of belong, and just that warm feeling inside of purpose fulfilled. That you have done the thing you were meant to do and have come back, and that hole being filled. Kind of like you do feel that, and kind of looking about, seeing your people approaching, and it's a very nice thing to once more get to experience. Okay.
Uh-oh.
As you
He's
set
a
foot on the
turkey.
ground,
Oh no.
um,
Oh no.
something's like something feels weird. Just a weird energy.
Weird energy, like people staring energy, or
Just like a. It's like when you go into it's like an abandoned hospital kind of feeling. It's just like something feels off. It's I don't know what it is. It's just something about like the ambiance. Something doesn't feel right.
I told you not to eat that gunpowder.
hush. I just like the general vibe is off.
It's something just feels weird. Something's not right. Something's
Scar,
off.
I haven't been to Gulsveg, so is like Scar standing next to me?
Generally,
Scar,
I'm not radioactive, I swear.
yet.
Scar, does something feel wrong?
Does something feel wrong to me?
Give me a vibe check. Give me a wisdom check.
Wisdom, huh? Normal.
No, vibes are immaculate.
Things
The warrior people, you're arriving on this island. This is you're gonna be welcome here.
I was about to say, as soon as Case asked about the vibe check, a feeling of food vendor probably rolls their way past Scar.
Lots of
Yeah,
meats, lots of like
he
soft
just, like, starts
pretzels,
to,
lots of bread.
He started to like cartoon fly away after the smoke trail, you know.
Pie.
Yeah,
Yep.
Looney Tunes style.
Okay.
I'm okay. Everything's pretty great here. There's food. There's fighting. There's weapons. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you feel awkward? You okay? Did you eat?
No, something just feels. I don't know, like remember like way towards the beginning, like a couple months ago when we were investigating like Uzar's like the ruins out near Roanoke, like this intrinsically like wrong like feeling, like the like I wait sorry, Percy, let me is like the feeling like I shouldn't be here or something doesn't want me here. Like you said, the feeling was kind of
it's like looking at a photo and feeling like
Mhm.
something's off. Like there should be something there, or there's something missing that should be there. It's a very like primordial, like it's like the brain, like something's off, but I can't put my finger on what's off.
something's something's not here. Something
Something's
doesn't
not here.
like
You've been
like
here before?
I don't think I have. I don't remember being here as Vulo. Yeah, I don't remember being here as Vula. Is Finn nearby? Finn's
Yeah,
nearby, right?
Finn's in the process of like getting off the boat
Okay.
as well, and he's
So
like looking at like towards like the main island and is like also like he's like staring longingly at it.
Are you missing something? You didn't drop your phone, did you?
I didn't drop my
No.
phone.
No. Who said that?
Finn.
What's up, Finn?
But he said he was staring longingly at the the
He's like staring at like the mainland.
What are you looking for?
Okay, do you sense that?
So you feel it too, that something's missing.
Sort of. This
What are you
void energy
feeling?
here.
Oh shit! Is that what Kay's feeling? That
Yeah,
sense
being
of
now like thinking about it, that like that the absence of something lines up with the void energy. It's that negative space. Something that's empowered by the void is here.
and it's from where Finn's looking. It's coming from
Somewhere on the
mainland.
main island.
What the fuck?
You boys are being really cryptic and wizardy right now.
Sorry, no, void energy.
What was that?
It could be as simple as a void rift, but that's also concerning. But it's potent, so I'm leaning towards creature.
Creature, yeah, like no, this vibe I'm getting isn't. It's not void rift. It's something else. I don't know what it is. It's not a good feeling though. Yeah, per se, I hate to ask, but what's the vibe of a void rift? Is it like
So
is
void
it like
rift
fun?
is no.
Oh no.
Void rifts are more or less, because there are tears. You I think like tears to elemental planes. You've heard of these. I don't know if Kay's ever or Rula has ever seen one, but more it's like where um like a fire elemental is broken through from the plane of fire and is like spilled out somewhere. And now there's like, for example, Mount Cinder. You read about one of these actually. You read this at the library. I remember.
Yeah.
Mount Cinder is a volcano in the coastlands that actually has a rift to the plane of fire. And that's where there's like these fire dragons and fire centipedes and all these other creatures are spilling out of. And so they've actually made home on the volcano. And so a void rift is very similar, but it has a bit of a negative downside in the fact that because it's a void rift, it sucks things in instead of spelling them out. So it's like a mini black hole.
Okay, so thank you for answering it that way, because I was immediately thinking like, if there's a void rift here, that might explain why things are fucking weird here in Gulsveg.
Yeah. And that's
all the
why it's like
monsters
that
and shit.
the absence of something. It's like an absence of energy. It's like all of like the air being sucked out of a room. It's a very like something's off. Though you physically can't see what's wrong, there's something wrong.
And that's just how void energy is in general, just like
Yes.
the absence of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what the
Meanwhile, whilst Kay and Finn have been having this, I don't know, vibe check, like say,
Mhm.
deeper into the harbor, Thorir's digging into a Volstagg meat pie named after his friend, and is enjoying the meat pie that he's missed because it's the best meat pie ever.
You would see somebody there because now that people have heard like, oh, Thorir is back. People are begin making their way out the gate. There's a lot more people, about 100 people. More specifically, you would make out a little black-haired head cutting through the crowd, and you would see Loki.
Hey,
Brother,
you're alive again.
Brother. Well,
Oh yeah.
he doesn't want to drop the meat pie, so he stuffs it in his mouth and he will bear hug Loki.
Yeah.
To the point that maybe he might accidentally almost make him slip a disc.
Yeah. Good to see you too. Like squeezes out. All right, well, you guys took longer to get here than I thought.
Oh.
It's a long and complicated process. We're only here visiting for like a
We've
week
killed
or-
like 15 captains.
We're running out of guys we can use to travel.
Yeah,
Scar's the kind
we're
of person that when a car's gas tank hits empty, it means end. And so he's like, well, can't use this one anymore.
Yeah.
Journey's over.
Next car.
I was going to say that we're just here. We came on a quick side mission, but we might be here longer. Actually,
Well, that's good. I mean, because it's good to see you guys again. How are you all faring?
I'm
doing
faring.
I'm doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well myself. Just got back in from Acacia.
What's going on in
yeah,
Acacia?
Just school.
Nice.
On a bit of a break currently. Most of the teachers are out doing stuff on other projects, so we were kind of given leave.
Oh, right, yeah.
On
So
holiday. Nice.
we haven't looked into it fully yet, but we do have some information pertaining to giants and stuff that you're.
Oh, I'll let Igor know. He's in the city.
Oh, Igor's here. Oh, cool. Okay,
I didn't want to leave him in Acacia by himself.
Okay.
So.
I think Kay is trying to go down this rabbit hole instead to try and distract his like thought process from the void, but that will rest in his mind for a little bit.
Oh, Eo must be getting the time of his life, given our history with the giants, brother.
Yeah, we've been wanting to help him for a while, so getting some actual information could be useful.
We do have some info. Scarfing, quit playing Angry Birds.
No, I'm almost at my high score. Damn it.
We need that charged.
Oh my god, I just lost it. And he throws it into the horde. No.
Okay.
This is useless.
I need a new one.
Another.
If Scarfang ever yeets the iPad, Kay is immediately going after it. Wherever it goes, if you throw it into a volcano, Kay is going in the volcano.
That's good to know. I'm going to use that as leverage.
Oh God, please no!
Hey, get off the front line. Yeet. Well, it's good to hear you all here. As a matter of fact, Kay, I wanted to talk to you as well.
Oh God, please no!
Something weird happened at Acacia. I need to explain to you.
What happened?
It's a bit of a weird story. But mother and father are also waiting for you, Thorir. I think mom knew you were coming. You know how she is. So they've already prepared a banquet for tonight.
Excellent. Banquets. Fun.
All right. Well, let's head inside. It's cold and
amazing.
there's a lot of food, a lot of booze, a lot of bread, a lot of meat. Well,
It's only getting better.
Yeah, I love meat.
right. And with that,
Shut up, cat man.
Oh, you shut up.
you guys can begin walking in. Okay. You would notice Finn now has a raven on his shoulder. You can see it is a black raven with where its beak would be on the top, it's gold. You see, he speaks to it, says something to it in its ear, and it flies off into the main island.
Oh my god, is that your Chinese mandated drone?
Holy shit. Do I recognize the crow? Is it his familiar
No.
or something? No.
You know his familiar is a frog.
Huh.
Why a frog?
It's a poison dart frog.
Ooh,
Ah.
of course it is.
Yeah.
It's one of
Seeing
those alt boys.
what's going on the mainland, Finn.
Yes, I'm
Mm.
concerned.
It's
Dude, cool bird.
like it's a troubling. I don't know how to put it. It can't. It's not. I don't think it's a void rift.
Yeah, and that's
Gulsveg
what
would be-
concerns me. Because
Gulsveg
there's
would be
very
like-
few creatures that can emanate that sort of void energy.
Yeah.
The
Maybe.
Watcher
Ah,
being
awesome,
one
we're
of them.
killing it.
What was that?
I don't know. You guys keep talking about how it's not a void rift, so we're probably gonna end up killing whatever it is.
Scar, I think I saw another game on the iPad. If you want to check it out, I think it's
Where?
called Genshin. I think it's like Gunham
Oh my
Impact or
god!
something.
Let it be
Hey,
known.
no.
Kay's trying to
Wilderness
drive
game
Scar
already
into a
has the
gambling
gotcha
system.
system. No one else gets it. All right.
It's called Vampire Survivor. I think you'll really like it.
I'll let you have roguelikes. All right.
Hey.
Is Vampire Survivor a roguelike?
Well,
yeah.
Roguelite.
Roguelite.
It's roguelite bullet hell.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, I think you'll really like this game, and then I immediately go back to Finn. Yeah, but as I was saying, Void Rift, Gulsveg wouldn't. I would say Gulsveg wouldn't exist if it was a Void Rift, but ugh. Void creature is not my favorite thing to fight.
All right. Well, that will go ahead and wrap up there.
Yeah.
As you guys head into the city.
Way.
As Loki tells Kay about like, hey yo, so this fucked up shit's been happening back in the college.
Mm.
So yes, and I can convey that a little bit to you. Basically, kind of weirdly, one of the higher like admins of the school, like apparently because it's run by a council. One of the council members approached him with an offer to like join their inner circle. It was like really weird and very culty, so he immediately
What?
thought of you.
Immediately thought of K.
You've been profiled.
Wait, did they approach Loki or approach me?
Loki.
Loki, okay. I guess Kay would be like, what? That's weird.
Yeah, it was really creepy.
Yeah.
They were like, "You should work with us. You know, join our inner eye, and you'll be a great fit." And
Oh no. Is this okay? Sorry, let me re-ask. Is this like the inner circle of like an inner circle at Acacia, or is this?
yes, in Acacia. This is one of
Okay,
the council members because like the Acacian Mage College is run by a council of archmages, each of they're the pinnacle of their own field, and so they have expressed interest in Loki joining.
Gotcha. I mean, I would,
and even he's like, "I'm good. I'm not that good."
I mean, they must see something in you if they want you to join. I'll also just, I guess, sidebar slash just how long has Vula been trying to get into this inner circle?
Since like you were dropped at the college to be like the like it's. And even Finn would like give you a look because Finn was also given like it was either one of you needed to be in the inner circle. As part of your task.
I think like post Kavula would be like fucking like screaming into the sky that he's been passed over again. But I think current K just like
also,
chuckles.
Not only passed over, but passed over for a student.
Yeah, I think Kay's chuckling right now. Okay,
for not even a full caster student.
Yeah. Just Vula would be planning Loki's death, how to like do it, like how to carry it out, how to get his daughters involved. But Kay's just like, this is the funniest shit ever, and I feel like the Moolah that's currently at the college is like hammering his
Fuming?
head into his desk.
Mm.
But yeah,
Look,
before we get too too deep in that, we're gonna raid out to someone
Okay.
Yep.
and call that.
Because
and
I
we
do
will
have to head out pretty quickly, actually.
Yeah, of course.
So
It's all good.
Cool.
I will
So, yeah.
talk to you guys later.
On that note, say goodnight, Coastlanders.
Bye.
Good
Goodbye,
night.
everyone.
Bye.